right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another episode of Floor Seats. I go by the name of Tax, of course. I got my man Zan with the lean.
Yo, what it do, Holmes? What it do, everybody?
And joining with us this week is a friend of the show before the show was invented, and a consistent guest on a previous show.
You might even say he was. What was he? He was on contract.
Doing shit, I guess.
Yeah, he had the Make-A-Wish one-day contract.
There we go. The one-day contract.
The one-day contracts. Yeah.
Welcome, our boy Rollo, man. How you doing?
Just chilling. Just laying low in quarantine, all that good shit. Moving about, all that jazz. Working. Currently don't work for the man anymore. I work for myself, which is pretty dope. Yeah.
That's the wave.
So last time I was here, I used to work 9 to 5 like everyone else. Now I'm self-employed, which is a hell of a year to do it. But it is. Yeah, it's actually pretty lit. And it's been a ride currently. Working for a lot of artists, doing a lot of some of the shit that I always wanted to do. So like artwork for artists, by artists, and all that all that jazz. Especially with musicians and stuff like that. So here in the
no,
East
that's
Coast,
what's up. I mean, if speaking of that, I want to give people a little bit. I mean, I guess you gave some of your background, but I guess a little bit into the artiste, like in terms of the arts. What's your flavor?
Yeah, so I'm a graphic designer, technically by trade, but I usually work with motion design and animation. So that's generally what I like to do. But I'm an illustrator as well, and I do a lot of course, like brand, merchandising, things like that. Pick your flavor. If it has design in it, I'm usually in it. So generally what I do right now. But right now I'm working on with a lot of artists doing cover art for a lot of their artwork, and as well as that working with an artist currently doing, like, can't go into too much detail, but I'm going into doing animations for them, that good old IG kind of shit, and gifts and things like that to help them promote their own stuff. Can't cross the NDAs.
Speaking of NDAs are the movement, I know.
They are. gotta be vague, but not vague enough. You know what I mean? But yes,
man, that's what's up.
It's currently where we in right now. I think where we're at right now, especially when it comes to artwork and music and things like that, we're at a forefront of a crossroads, especially this year. So when it comes to a lot of the things that we're doing, I think it's gonna be a little crazy. I think we're gonna see a lot of things that are gonna come up and push forth, like almost like a new renaissance in a way. And I'm just being right there at the forefront of it too. It feels really dope. So
real rap, man. I think me and Tax here, whenever we're shooting the shit on our episodes, I think it's something that does come up. Just that, in the times that we're in, doing the things that we're doing, whether it's just podding, Tax out here, in the studio, making music, you yourself, as you just said, doing your graphic design work. I think for creators, content creators of the like, anyone into the arts, I think right now, if you just compare to history, yeah, man, it's gonna be a new age of art creativity that we're entering into, just because the world we're living in right now. It has its upsides too. Like, I think right now, despite what's going on outside our doors, outside our walls in the world, the creative space is the creative space is killing it, honestly. Like, I go on and see what people are working on, just in their own rooms, in their own homes, the work that they're doing. It goes to show, like, it's just, someone with, pen and paper and with their thoughts, they could do a lot,
Yeah. It's definitely breeding something for when it comes to creative space right now, which is pretty dope. And I think That's obviously like I want to say like an upside to being stuck at home, but I'm forced to
Real
do work,
rap.
which is lit. I mean, it's fine. And the thing is, like, I would really suck if I hated what I was doing. But the things that I'm doing and the people I'm working with is making it feel real good, and that's kind of what I'm in it for. Especially if being self-employed and shit like that. It's like if I didn't love what I was doing, then it'd be really shitty. Obviously,
Self-employed and not
I'd
doing what you
literally be
love. Oh no.
yeah, right. So like, and that was like a big movement for me too, like leaving the 9 to 5 because I was not good. I was not in a good headspace working 9 to 5. Um, and for people who were shitty, and not only that, but it's like customer service too. Like I was working
Mm,
with people who had, of course, who were like a different league, above me when it came to like monetary like consumption and shit like that, or like whatever what they were making because they
different
were obviously
lifestyles, bro.
yeah,
Right? This
yeah.
is
I mean, I was back and call to like people who were like could fucking afford 10 times the amount of things that I could afford, right? So there's like like there's a difference of that and being treated and shit,
that
and it
disconnect.
and it just it wasn't good with me like mentally, and then I was already like doing work for people anyways, but I didn't have enough time because I was committing towards like these 9 to 5 and shit like that. But the minute like that goes away and you're now on your own and you can pick your clientele and work with people that you want to and say yes and no to like clients, it's a breath of fresh air, my guy.
You telling us, man, what we're doing, man, that's why we're doing this now. Make it the goal to basically live off of our passions.
Hmm.
That's essentially what you just described, living off of your passion. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's that's what everybody should aim to strive to do.
Honestly,
That should be like everyone's. That in itself is how everyone can find their own version of success
hmm
by truly pursuing your passions and uh, using your mind, there's legit using your brain to figure out how can I
hmm
live off the things how can I live off what I love to do,
yeah. And I
essentially.
think a big part of it too is like uh my work schedule is whatever I make it. So like, not only that too, but like I literally wake up at whenever, right? And my body's like, oh, you should be awake now. I'm like, all right, bet, cool. I'll just get up right now. It's fine. It's like fucking 12
Sure,
o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, it's fine.
let it rock.
And as long as it's whatever, as long as I'm obviously making my own deadlines and making like the work get done, it's fine. And like us, like it's different for other people and shit like that, because like they'll try to meet their own set schedule for like their days and shit. And for me, it's just like someone who has like ADHD and shit like that, you gotta get like kind of in like a mood in a way, and it'll hit and I'll do it. But if I'm on Destiny, it's probably gonna wait like 12 hours. But that's just me. Yet again. But like that's like the
Ooh,
obviously
a
the trials and
raid.
tribulations. Ooh, a raid? Maybe.
Damn.
This
Ooh,
work. This can wait.
this is going
It's fine.
like
Man,
put that away message real quick.
it's
Set your own personal away message.
yeah,
Not accepting any calls or messages at this time. Block
yeah.
out your schedule.
But yeah. So make obviously the trial and tribulations of like working uh for yourself and by yourself is like setting like your own schedule and shit like that, or coming up with stuff. But I've never had a bad night of sleep. You know what I mean? Because like before, I used to have to wake up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and like go to work and shit like that. And now I just wake up when I want to wake up.
Yo,
And
that's
just
the
call it
thing,
a day.
right? Now you just wake up and you're just like, oh, I'm awake.
Yeah.
What
The only
what
thing is like
what do I
this.
do next?
Yeah, the only thing is like distinguishing like parts of your house as like what's me and what's office. Luckily, we have an office because we just moved. Before I was like living far away. I lived like an hour away from Boston. Now I'm like 20 minutes. So it's a little different. Um, like because
Hmm.
before it was like rough, but it's I mean it's fine now. Like we have an office space, so I can actually distinguish what's work and what's play.
And have you been just also real quick, have you been working out of the office space, or have you been, at the crib mostly banging out most of your design work in your commission type
Yeah,
of.
I mean, so I work with a collective currently. They're called the Chameleon Collective. We started it
Mm.
about a year ago. Actually we're a year in right now. Working with some big people currently. A lot of people who are in it are quite well known in like the Boston area. Leo the Kind. who just signed to Republic Records. Is part of
Ooh.
it. Rilla Force, who's huge over here, and
Hey, great, yo, that's the
yeah,
homie, man. We
it's
gotta
the
get
home.
him
Yeah,
to come through for the
yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah. 100%, 100%. When we're working with some dope ass artists like Piña, who's out of Boston as well, with Louis Customs, who does the kicks as well as that fashion. Luigi, of course, my boy Elder, gotta respect him.
Elder.
And my boy Jordan, who just congratulations to him, he just graduated from Mass Art and Illustration. So we have really dope designers and illustrators as well as that we have musicians, and it's pretty dope working with them. It's been a year so far, and like we're doing shit now, and we have our own recording studio that's now up, and we're trying to like we just gotta clean it up essentially, as in like you make sure it's like nice and pristine. But that's with Rilla and shit like that. So just doing big things right now. So like trying to do work with them, and we all put each other on. Hence why it's a collective. That's kind of like the thing that we're doing right now, and try and get them to come through at some point. But yeah, so
Oh
that's like the
man,
current move right now. Yeah.
no, no, real quick, real quick, give our listeners a little insight on the Chameleon Collective. Just in case if they kind of missed, because I know a little, because we spoke
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
past about it, and I mean it's dope what you guys are doing. So I definitely
yeah.
want people listening to know what it is you guys are about and what y'all trying to do. So
100%. Yeah.
yeah,
So like the way we see, us being artists here in Mass and shit, it's a little sort of rough in Massachusetts for artists to not only be seen but be heard as well. So the biggest thing we wanted to make sure is that we're people of color as well. So as POC, help other POC artists be seen and be heard as well. And then that's like a big part of it too. So we're all working
yeah,
together and creating a community in which us as artists can be seen and be heard. Um, and as well as that, just making sure that we also are as artists seen and heard, the collective as well. So we all have our own specialties and shit like that, of what we are and what we do in the realm of like art, whether it's musical or visual.
yep, visual.
And that's where we are. We're like these pinpoints of expertise that can actually work with other people and other brands and help them become better as well. So we're all just trying to work with each other and become better as as artists, whether in whatever respect you guys are in.
I
So
like that. I like that a lot. Grow within yourselves, but also to reach out and lend your support or assistance to anyone else that is also trying to grow. And
yeah.
I mean, I think that is, that should be the goal of all artists. People who see themselves as students of expression. That's a little way I like to put it. Because yeah, and I
Mhm.
think art art begets art.
Exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. We were just trying to grow inward and outwardly, and I think that's the big part of it too. Inward between ourselves and outwardly towards the community and shit. But I think the biggest thing is like, especially here in uh this community, we just need to be seen.
Yeah, man. And honestly, it's a good time as any, as people make their voices heard in these times, and to really try to push and emphasize the messages that they want to get out to the world that really matters. And I think what you guys are about is definitely along those lines of what we need more of in the world. People who uh who, if they're into the arts, whether they're into the arts or you're into math, or it doesn't matter what it is that you're into. It's like whatever it is, that's your passion. Seek it out. Follow it. Find out what it is that you wanna do. Um, and I know, honest, even if you got to sit down and do it, I mean, I think even tax can definitely vouch for that. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
not easy to, it doesn't take a day to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life, or is it basically your calling, your passion. Um, And, sometimes you may even think that like my passion doesn't, there's no money in my passion or anything like that. But you can't look at that either. Honestly, it's because at the end of the day, are you doing it for the money, or are you doing it to be content, to be, to be happy, or to find your own success using your own two hands, 2 feet too. But actually, hold on one second. But yeah, before we move on, since we do got a couple pretty dope topics today, so just for anyone just tuning in listening, we have Rollo out here today, from Chameleon Collective. For those who are interested to learn more about my man Rollo and what his and what the gang up at the Chameleon Collective are up to, we'll be sure to have that information in the description and the link, and then we'll bring it up more later as well. But to dive into it, it's been a pretty interesting week, to say the least. I mean, Tax, you can agree.
It's been a pretty interesting quarantine.
I'm saying let's jump right into it. You feel me? Like first off, which one of y'all still got that sazon? Who still got that adobo?
That shit, I gotta throw that shit
in the cupboard. I'm not gonna lie, I still got one in the cupboard, legit sitting there. I can't. I just, oof, man. Yeah, I'm just like, should I put this in the trash? Damn.
I don't know what happened, but I don't know that it's enough for me to get rid of them.
All right. So what happened was the CEO of Goya went and endorsed fucking Trump. So that's kind of what happened. So it just took the CEO to just endorse homie that everyone was like, hey, we don't fucks with you. I'm sorry.
Well, so the CEO of Goya endorses Trump, and not everybody wants to have the flavor palette of white people.
That's why they're sharing. That's why they're sharing fucking recipes online right now. Like it's huge. It's huge. Like I think there's even a Reddit thread of like how to make your own Goya product, like Goya seasoning.
Yeah, but people are not that. People appreciate convenience, so they're not going to do all that. Like out of all the people that say they're going to stop doing it, like a measly 5% is going to actually like, oh, I can make this myself. The other 95 are going to do this for like a week tops and then go right back to Goya.
I hear you saying like, that.
They're just trying to spite they're trying to cut their nose to spite their face.
Yeah,
like, now you're just.
I think the way I look at it is like, yo, the minute the CEO gets changed, because it's gotta happen. That's when I start buying Goya again.
That's a good call, dog. Yeah, and that sucks for him. For him,
that's for me to stop using a product. Like it's not like the president of Goya came out and was like, "Yo, I don't like niggas no more. Like I don't want black people using my product or something." Then it's something else. But like because you endorse Trump, like that's the most that's a dumb reason to boycott. Like
I think the reason why. Yeah, I think the reason why is because it's like it's super. I think there's a sense of like bigotry when it comes to him going and like supporting someone who is literally racist towards us, right? And I think that's like a big part of it. Like how, as you a CEO in like of a brand that literally encompasses Hispanics and Latinos, right? And this one fucking shell of like a thing, right? And say that you're gonna endorse someone who hates us, right? If you just it just feels shitty. So like especially like, oh, now I can't buy this thing because technically it's tied to a racist. I'm like, I can't.
I don't know that Trump hates y'all. I think Trump just got beef with Chapo. Like,
yo, all right. If he got beef with Chapo, why we got ICE? Why we got ICE legit out there? Just
ICE is an entirely different story.
ICE is an entirely different story, but ICE,
bro, they're training civilians how to arrest undocumented immigrants. Like that's stupid. I
To
can't
perform, but
really
yeah, basically training civilians to perform citizen arrest on like, and I'm like, huh? And I'm like, think of, and then you also got to look where
Mm.
freaking like where ties to ICE even come from, because I know Trump was talking about like his whole campaign. I really want to hear it back when he was running. It was about the wall and put a hole in the wall and
Well, he knew that.
taking our gerbs. Like,
I knew he
like
got the majority of white people on his side, he'd win. And the majority of white people are super conservative and low key racist. So how else do you get in there? And like
Loki's starting to hike you right now.
turn into super high key.
the thing too is like, even me, like I didn't vote because I was like, damn, like you got Trump who's like rallying up all the racist white people, or you got Hillary that's out here calling niggas super predators, and is a large supporter of the prison industrial complex and stuff like that. So it's like me, I'm screwed either way.
Yeah.
Screwed either way.
Either way, dude. It's a catch-22. That's it.
But peep this though. But look at this. When in history where we were about to look at that.
Bro.
Yo,
Did you see this?
This is like this picture speaks volumes. Like, come, like, okay, there's one thing to say about like
this
Trump,
might
right?
actually change Trump. Like he's never had seasoning.
Think about dog. There's Goya beans. There's adobo. They even got the chocolate wafers, bro.
Yeah, no. So I think a big part of
Too
this
bad
too,
it's not tres leche. If I had tres leche, I'd be like, I was like,
with
Donnie.
the
I was like,
tres
guys, give
leches.
Donnie a break.
Tres
But he caught
con
chocolate.
tres
My man
leches.
needs that little bottle with the red top. He needs that, and that'll get him started.
But think about it. No. What I was trying to say was like, yo, we got Goya in the White House, bro. Like this. We're now one step closer to getting a Mexican Latino president. It's like
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Like legit. Once the Goya has touched the Oval Office, like, do people not know? Like, this is it. It's a wrap. Like, honestly, who knows? This is one thing, because I was like, how does the CEO of Goya about to pull in? And I'm like, knowing his clientele, knowing even his own family. I like, I'm not even to speak to his own family. I can imagine, like, that man's getting pressured at all fronts, yo.
Bro,
for what he did.
A power move, man. My man.
Look,
introduce you.
Did he sacrifice himself for the future? He was just like, there's gonna be a Goya flag that's gonna be in the back.
You haven't seen haven't seen the memes with was it fucking Ivanka? Because she's holding like a can of Goya, like I think it was like Goya beans or some shit like that, and people have literally been photoshopping the Goya beans out and like putting random shit in her hand, and one of them was like just like the biggest, like blackest dildo in like the history of man.
That is
absurd. They have like literally been doing nothing but like, the internet has no chill whatsoever.
Look at this. Black beans matter. No chill. People don't give a fuck anymore.
This is a power move. My man's trying to get in the good graces of Trump. He's gonna change Trump's whole stance on like Latino people after 2 weeks of having seasoning. He's gonna be racist towards whites. He's like, why didn't y'all let me know about this sooner?
Also, we're gonna gloss over the fact that Zanza has 3 different league builds on his bar, so it's fine.
Yo, you don't even want to know how much tabs I got, boy. You don't even know how much tabs your boy out here using, boy. I got way too many tabs, bro. Way too many tabs. Yo. So, with that, just for the sake of time, we'll keep you guys posted on what's more on the Goya news with the White House as time goes on, especially with all these supposed cuts and boycotts of Goya that was going on. Hashtag boycott Goya. That was trending on Twitter for a little bit, and just people just exposing all of Goya's secret recipes. For those who's out there exposing recipes, just be on the lookout for the Goya Hitman. They probably be coming for you. Should have been talking about adobo like that. But in other news, Let's keep the ball rolling here because, just like I said earlier, the topics we have for today, we have some good ones here, especially we got our man Rollo to join us. So let's actually just pick it off with Nick Cannon. He's actually been in the news heavy as of late over some recent comments he made in his podcast. Is Cannon's, I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Cannon's class.
Cannon's class. There we go. I know it was like alliteration. It was like see something. Man, Nick Cannon loves alliteration. I peep. He likes, yeah. But not to get sidetracked. So recently, on his podcast, like Tax was saying on Cannon Class, he made some allegedly anti-Semitic comments towards, I guess I would say towards basically people not of color. I'm trying to put it as delicate as possible. Fuck the delicacy. So he's making anti-Semitic comments saying that white people just don't know how to, not say all, but for the ones that are that exhibit, racial prejudice against people of color. He says that because they lack melanin, they're unable to love or exhibit emotion or have some type of affection, is what he was saying. Because he was just saying like that's why people of color, he's saying they can't really quite be racist because they're having melanin and being able to sympathize. They are people of love and things like that. But as a result, Viacom came out the cut. They said they were not about his comments that was made, and Viacom cut him and Wildin' Out. Let me see if I got that right. So is Wildin' Out not say canceled, or did they just remove him as the host?
Nah, right now they're done showing that and stuff like that. There's no news about him getting removed as the host of his own show.
Because they took him, so let me just pull it right, because they said he took him, because Viacom took him, and as the executive, they took him off the executive producer of Wildin' Out. They took him off the seat. But let me pull that up. While you guys tell me what you guys think about basically what happened with Nick and the whole controversy about what he said about what Viacom pretty much dropping him, and then even what P. Diddy coming out with Revolt telling him that Nick, if he needs somewhere to go, or he's telling him just to come to Revolt and then to do work. What y'all think?
Honestly, like, so what he said kind of got bent out of proportion a bit.
I agree.
So what he was referencing to in that matter is like, when he referred to melanin, he said compassion. He didn't necessarily mean compassion. He more so was the thing he said after that was like a soul. And that is something a far deeper level of talk than we can get into on here. But what he did though is explain that, white people of that time, like way back in like the Nordic regions and stuff like that, kind of had this like fight or die, fight or flight mentality, where it's just like they needed to survive by all means and stuff in that climate. And then eventually they work their way towards Africa, and they kind of like see that Africans have things like melanin and other stuff like that. And these are things on like gold and resources and stuff that they don't have. And they kind of had this mentality then of like, okay, well, I'm going to get this by force, because that's how they, basically were in that region. Is basically what he was trying to say. He's not saying now white people are are incapable of being loving and stuff like that. He's explaining kind of the history of how that came about. The anti-Semitic stuff came in really because like he kind of brought into question whether like the current Jewish people are actually the Jewish people. And throughout history, like in the Bible, right? It's just God's people, the people of Israel, were enslaved by Egypt for like hundreds of years and created the pyramids. well, it's difficult to be in the sun all day without melanin. So melanin makes it a lot easier to bear that, because otherwise your lack of melanin, your skin's gonna burn.
You listen, just people, just people don't know. Like Egypt, Egypt is hot. Egypt is hot. Like I'm like, yeah, like just to quickly.
I thought they were depicted. Aren't they depicted as brown? Because at least from the depictures the depictions I've seen of like Jewish slaves, in I guess in most of the pictures that I've seen, especially like in like Prince of Egypt and shit like that. I mean, it's not like obviously a historically accurate one, because there is no historically accurate depictions or like from that time, and I actually don't know.
Well,
But
so
it's
here's the
like they're
thing,
brown.
right? Don't let the mummy fool you into thinking that Egyptians were
Don't let the
white. They were
mummy.
not white. And
Yo, that
don't
was my movie, but don't let the
let the
mummy fool
mummy
you. You right, Tax.
that white people who lack melanin built these pyramids and stuff. Like, it's hard enough being out in the heat that long, but melanin kind of alleviates that a bit. So it's definitely difficult, like in that sense. But I think it's just like, I think the way he said these things, kind of like people twisted it, like, oh my gosh, you hate white people and stuff like that, and that's what got him
I
fired.
think I think a part of it was him not knowing how to explain himself thoroughly. I think is what you're getting at. Like he just didn't know how to phrase what he was trying to phrase correctly.
Yes, I agree with you in the sense that I think what he was saying, it's no, I think even what even again to back up what Tax was saying, he was saying something that would actually take too long to really try to dive into, just
Mm,
like on what with the time we have. But
yeah.
Rico, Tax, you muted, bro. Is that intentional or no? Oh, okay, sorry. No, but basically, uh, yeah, he was basically just going into the fact that, and this is a conversation that has been that I've noticed is been actually circling around. I mean, social media, the net, call it whatever you want, but is in the fact that the misrepresentation of Jews in history has widely been overlooked and I would say misrepresented,
Hmm.
because there's I think it's just because of the time, and especially with everybody being at home and having nothing else to do but be on the internet and actually just be this, less distractions when you hear these things. So when you hear these type of news, you're like more inclined to kind of look it up, as in myself. So basically, what he was saying is that um, so there's research and material that shows that in fact Jewish people were of a much darker complexion, um,
Oh, like,
and it's been said that that there's been groups of Jewish people that are actually were black or that they are black.
well, like, even so, if you look like right now, right, like in Israel, there are dark skinned Israeli people and Jewish people. Now,
Right.
granted, like with like Europeans like migrating across like the globes, a lot of them are lighter now. But even still, like you look at things like the Bible, which describes God as like skin of bronze and like wool like hair. There's no white people with that. Look at the 12 tribes of Judah. You know, Judah was a black man, and these tribes are that. So like the truth,
Hmm.
honestly, is out there. It's just I guess people are just mad he told the truth or just like misinterpreted what he said.
I
Because
think there's definitely misinterpretation of what he said,
Hmm.
because then you're
but I
trying to
think it was
like he's
important
a
to say
white
what you said.
supremacist or something like that now, and it's like no, like the reality of like of it is like when you look at the history of white people, like that even they show is like they show Vikings, they show like look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like all that kind of stuff like that, where like white people are straight up like savages, killing, raping, pillaging, and it's like okay, it's okay for you guys as media to show this as your history, but Nick Cannon gets on his platform and affirms what you've shown, and suddenly you're upset. Now, he's not saying white people are like that now, but he's saying historically this is how it's been for you guys. Like, even like in America, like white people came over here from like America for like their own freedom, and guess what they did? They clapped up the fucking Indians. And it'll be how how long will it be until they change that narrative too? When are we gonna get in trouble for telling the truth?
Oh, that narrative's already been changed. What are you talking about? That narrative has been flip-flopped.
An agreement that like once you guys die, we'll take the land. And they expedited their deaths.
Expedited faster than Amazon Prime.
So like, I think people were just like, "Oh, he's saying that white people are like that now." It's like, no, like historically, that's what it's been. Now, granted, you guys, like white people, you know, through things like civil rights, because even like during the times of like, you know, we were fighting for civil rights and stuff like that. Like, you still had games at the fair called like "Hit the Nigger Baby" and stuff like that. Like, the compassion for people that weren't you hasn't been there until more recently in America's history, let alone the history of the world.
Let alone the history of the world. Let's I want to emphasize that. Like, that's the one thing too, is just, I know the narratives are always focused on America because, you know, America is that country, pretty much to the world. Everyone is, you know, has a, you know, magnifying glass on America to see kind of the way America will turn out will affect kind of how the world will look and turn out. But, you know, safe to say, you know, America isn't the world. Like, there's other parts of the world. That means there's other parts of history that people don't really recognize, or it's not really brought to the table for conversation. And that's what Nick Cannon was doing. And I know myself, I've done some, you know, I've heard these narratives, done my own research, and am still doing my own research. You know, looking to invest in some books to read, and actually read and learn what he's talking about, because something that I watched in response to Nick Cannon on IG, one of the pages I look at, like the Black Coalition, one of these pages, he replied to, or he made a video basically about what Nick said, and one of the things he brought up was that Nick Cannon is actually enrolled in school. I don't know. I didn't fact check it myself, so I will actually do want to do my own fact check. He's like, actually right now, he's currently enrolled at Howard in psychology. Yeah. Like, so Nick is actually, you know, learning. He's going through the steps. He's actually taken upon himself to learn, basically about the human mind, about the human psyche, and just to learn. You know, basically he's learning about how people think and how people work. You know, how do we work through our minds? And I think a lot of it, you know, because in the narrative about, you know, Black Jews and stuff, what comes up is the fact that, you know, a lot about the conscious and subconscious being a real factor is, you know, into how history played out, and things like that. Because, you know, yeah, like, you know, I'm a man Tax was saying, shit don't add up. Like, how are you about to have people with very, very, very fair complexion out in the scorching suns and sands of Egypt? Like how that does not, there's like a picture, I remember seeing a picture on IG real fast, I'll say this too, because there's another point to the Nick Cannon thing I want to touch on. It was like a guy who was saying like he went to Egypt, he visited Egypt, and he had the craziest sunburn, bro. Like his skin had like welts on welts. Like his skin was like elevating, like from how bad his skin was burned. And he was just like, yo, like he was, you know, just straight, like not, you know, just way fair skin. I guess you say Caucasian. He was just like white skin. He was like a white guy. So like his skin was super red, tomato red. Supposedly after being in the sun out when he was there visiting. And I was just like, that in itself should tell you is just like how, I mean, mostly seen through Hollywood, but how do you expect me to believe people of this complexion lived, not visited, lived? He visited and got it. He got his skin got his ass handed to him. How are you gonna expect me to believe that people of that complexion lived and ruled in that area for like years? Unless they quarantined and never left their houses and had AC back in what seven? Like I can't even say what year, but what are you trying to tell me? Basically, but tangent. We bringing it back. Let's bring it back to Nick. And basically, yeah, his words were taken out of context. I agree. I think it was taken out of context, and I think it's hard to have those conversations on TV, or I mean, just on social media without having it pack so much. So I think that's to your point, Rollo. That actually was a good point. I think it could have been said better so that people were much more received what he was saying. But at the same time, who knows? You know, I don't know. I understood what he was talking about, but I guess that's just different
I
audience.
mean, it's I don't know. It's rough for me to even like chime in on the whole situation because I feel like a lot of it was said. Either way, it just feels bad, like the way he said it or how it was said. I remember just watching. I was like, oh, that's a no bueno.
Because you know, like it's like you know what he said, but you know how easily it could be taken out of context, and like basically that's what the media that's what's gonna be run with. Yeah, and that's what Viacom ran with. Oh man!
I mean, he apologized on Twitter. Like, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, I just peeped his Twitter apology as well. I might even just pull it up.
Well, because his thing was like, hey, like, you know, this is what I understand, and I'm open to more information to help give me a better understanding of it. And because he didn't say, hey, I'm sorry, the first time he tweeted out, that's why he lost the job to Viacom. But, like, people are just, I don't know, people are dumb. But if he's getting dropped by Viacom, then my man needs his IP, man. Get my man wild
Real
out.
rap.
Go somewhere.
Get him wild out. Like, I mean, real rap. You can't take what the amount of work and hustle he put into Wild 'N Out to make it what it is today.
Bro, Wild 'N Out and what's the stuff that's like literally saved MTV.
These are his tweets for those who...
I think I know the second part of the tweet is what I was most trying to understand as well, where he's like on the podcast he used words and reference literature that he assumed to be like factual and to uplift his community, right? But instead turned out to be hateful propaganda and stereotypical rhetoric that pained another community. For this, he's deeply sorry, but now together we can write a new chapter of healing.
Bro, I don't have time for like people to be upset, bro. Oh my God, you hurt our feelings. I'm like, all right, well, you enslaved us for how many years? And then, like, once we were free, you treated us like shit for how many more years? Like, oh, your feelings are hurt?
Yeah, like, I mean...
Oh, you think I care that your feelings are hurt?
Tax out here wilding. Tax out here wilding out.
Walking down the street with a mask on because you people want me to wear one, yet your feelings are hurt? No, niggas don't care about that shit.
Niggas really don't. But, I think to Tax's point, it's just the fact that, right? And I think it just comes down, for me, it just comes down to fairness, like other people, other people wild out on Twitter all the time, like make other type of comments, but like it takes other people, whether it's Twitter or, a cancel culture movement to get other people to be canceled, and whether it's like, and I mean, come on, it's like whether it's like Me Too, like allegations, things like that. But the thing is, like he said, like Tax said, on his own platform. So it wasn't like on Wild 'N Out. He was just like, hey, I know, Wild 'N Out doing our thing, but I want to take a moment to kind of break away from Wild 'N Out tradition to say these things. Like that didn't happen. So but I understand, if when Viacom's like, whoa, these things said things out of line. But at the same time, it's just with how quick it happened. Like, did he even come on, did he really have the time to like apologize? Like, was he even given the chance to apologize? I feel like they canceled him not too long after he made those comments. Like, he didn't even have time to think on it. Like, it was almost like as soon as he made it and put it out into the ether, like as soon as they got wind of it, they were already moving on. They were already moving on them. Like, I just don't like. It's like, and then no, because I say this in respect to, what else is going around where we want to hold people accountable for, just look at like things like Breonna Taylor, and how her murderers are still out there, and like how people are constantly just like, what's that going to happen? Where's the validation? But then when people want to get on Nick Cannon for things he just said, and I mean, this, like, like at the end of the day, what he said was also just words. Like, we have people out there who committed murder, like they took someone's life, and do no type of, no detriment, like no, like they didn't even invoke that type of violence on themselves. Breonna Taylor didn't do anything to bring that to her doorstep. It was brought to her, So like people are really quick to come on him, but like we out here still can't get like bring murders to trial. Like I don't understand like people out here to vilify Nick Cannon for things he said, and even that he even brought, made it a point to say that, hey, I don't know exact, I'm still someone learning in this topic and subject, but let me just offer you what I think and what I know, giving you that disclaimer beforehand. Like, yeah. I don't know, man. I think it was, you know what? Maybe what he didn't say, what he said wasn't perfect, but the response, headphones flying off my head. But what the response to what he said, I think that was a little much too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, nobody died over his words. Like,
no one was sexually assaulted over his words.
Yeah,
I'm just comparing it to through other activity people have got quote unquote canceled for, like, yeah.
Like he didn't say anything explicitly like racist about white people at all. It's just like he's explaining, their history, the history that's plastered in our face. It's like if you have a problem with what he said, as far as like
taking up history of
white people back then, they're like, why aren't you boycotting Assassin's Creed for the game that they're like promoting so hard for this next gen that depicts exactly what he's talking about? It's because the black man's doing it. That's all.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
you tell me, but
it's just a super. I think it's like a super like either like I want to say touchy subject. It feels weird to have like an opinion in it right now. I think that what he said and how he said it, I feel my gut reaction is just like it's wrong, and I get it. At the same time, like I think there's more to be learned from what he said, like why he said it, or how his theory or like what his theory came to be, or like where that root from.
True. I think that I think I feel like what he wanted to do was to create a conversation usually when people, when I'm thinking about it, if I was saying something like that, I wanted to kind of start a conversation to get what people think, to hear what people have to say, and kind of just unpack it that way. But I feel like the real message of what he was trying to say was totally missed. Like it was overshadowed by anti-Semitic remarks, and then especially like the way like how like with Viacom and how they came swiftly with the consequences to what he said, But then it's just like, but can we actually talk about what he was actually trying to say? Because we could agree, he didn't say it perfectly. He didn't say it the way he should have, and he probably should have chose better words. But can we talk about what he was actually trying to say? That's not, and I realize that's not what people want to talk about. So I think that in itself is also part of the problem. That's my opinion, but I think that's also part of the problem.
I think he said that he deleted that episode too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Apology.
I mean, that does sound right, because like with Viacom and that studio, that sounds like something. I mean, it's already in the ether. What he said is already out there.
Yeah. I mean, he got canceled by Viacom, but Fox is still with him.
Interesting. I didn't know Fox was still with him. And we have Diddy out there. Give him a shout out. Try to have him come revolt. Diddy out here trying to get all the black creators and artists to revolt. Y'all even peep?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, we should be working together on our own platforms. It's like
that is true.
Was it
But
he,
Diddy
he
out here recruiting. Diddy's like, yo, come my way. Like Diddy, I'm like, all right, Diddy. Because I've been watching Diddy on his IG page and his IG. My man giving everybody a shout. Yo, come through the revolt. And I'm just
yeah. He tried to get was it Jesus and Mero back when they were still on Vice.
Word?
He came through to one of their episodes and was like, "Hey, you should just come to revolt." I'm like,
yeah, he's trying to get everybody
here, though.
I'm saying, like,
bro, he about to hit us up for revolt. I might be like, all right, man, as long as we get pineapple Ciroc at every episode, shit, we can work something out. Hit us up, Diddy. What up, Diddy? Come on. Bad boys for life, right? Tax out here hella quiet. So I guess on that note.
Well, I was talking, but
oh no, I thought you were like, you're not trying to get on revolt. But just I mean, speaking of artists, these are definitely some good topics, but man, we still got a lot to talk about. So I feel like we might have to cut short.
Speaking of artists, man, some artists trying to be the president out here, dude.
Facts, bro. Kanye? Okay, no, because we talked about Kanye last episode, right? And I think Kanye being Kanye, we're like, oh, we hit you guys with an update once we get one. So we have an update. Kanye says he's dropping out. Or Kanye says he's no longer trying to run for presidency because he couldn't get on. He couldn't get on a ballot. It was too much work. He supposedly was just like, he couldn't get on a ballot. And I'm actually trying to find an article to pull up that has this.
He's on the Oklahoma ballot.
Because somebody, and that happened like later today, actually, because somebody put out mad money. They dropped like a couple $100,000 to get him on it. Someone out there, he had like a representative, a sponsor, some billionaire like donator, just put out bread to get him on the ballot. And then he was just like, wait a minute. Wait a second.
He had the bread to do it. He could have done it.
He could have done no, but that's the thing. But okay, you look at the other nominees. You think Trump out here paying for his own presidential campaign?
Well, partially, yeah.
You think a businessman is gonna pay his own bills?
But yeah,
his own money?
Like you do raise funds for your campaign and stuff, but
right.
I'm like, people that's making the money that we do currently ain't running for president because they're pulling all these, like, nah, you need your own bread up front to get it in on this stuff too. You feel me? Like,
bro, Vision 2020. I'm just looking at, I'm just pulling this out right. Pulling us right. This shit literally happened today. So basically, but then, so basically now he's saying, recently, I'm gonna find the article, but basically now he's saying he's on the ballot. So he actually may be back in the, he may try his efforts to get back in the race. Yo? Something happened? Oh.
No, he's out again.
Oh, he muted. Yeah. Oh, he back. All right. No, but so what do you guys think about that? Because basically, ever since now that Kanye has announced that he's gonna try to get on the ballot, it's already looking like, just as we would expect. It's already looking kind of wild. You can even say he's wilding out.
All right, this is the part where you get disconnected.
No, word. End the show. I'm hovering over the end call button.
Yeah, dude, I'm cool. I'm cool with not voting for him. I think either way, I feel like yet again it's like just another catch-22 because I don't like Biden. And I mean, I don't know what's worse. If he's worse than the president we currently have.
3 evils now. If he does get on.
I personally don't want to beat a dead horse, but in short, I mean, we know nothing of his policy or anything right now, so I'm not going to say I'm going to vote for him. Maybe when we get an idea of his policy and other stuff, then he could possibly do it, but I don't see him winning. So
I just think him splitting the vote is it's not.
It's enough, man. He's gonna shift.
Yeah.
He's gonna shift
Mm-hmm.
basically what
Man,
the next
where's
presidential
Dwayne
run
at?
will look like.
Where's The Rock when you need him?
Dwayne the Rock, Dwayne the
Yeah,
Rock Johnson. If he
vote for him.
ran for president, that's a strong candidate, bro. And I'm not saying physically. I'm just saying. I mean, yes, physically, extremely strong physically, but no, people actually said like I've heard people say like, yo, I would vote for him. It was like Joe Rogan was just like, oh, if The Rock ran, he's like, oh yeah, I'll vote for him. I'm like, I was like, what? Does The Rock know? Is The Rock? Do you think The Rock's getting ready for like his 2024 presidential announcement to run for president, bro? Stop. Basically, now is so like Rico said, right? Just to bring it all circle back, like Kanye's a little volatile, which is what's going on with him, and it even just really does beg the question, like, should we really like I know, like Rico said, we should honestly just wait honestly on his policies before we even take him seriously to see what he has to propose to the White House or to, basically running for president. But now he's like, oh, no, never mind. I can't run for president. I couldn't get on the ballot. Now he's like, oh, wait, no, I lied. Like, no, oh, wait, someone helped me got on. So I think I could get on Oklahoma's ballot. So now I'm just like, yo, is this in itself what he's going for? Like this type of disarray that will kind of get people like, huh, what? Like, what is going to happen with like the next upcoming election if we have like honestly this type of wild card like all over the place? Because now it's like now we got to wait and see if he really did get on the Oklahoma ballot. Now we got to be like, damn, he's gonna get on other ballots. Like, is he gonna, is he like, are we gonna pull into voting day and his name is really gonna be on the ballot? Like, in other states besides Oklahoma, like what's really gonna happen? And I mean, only time will tell. It's not November yet, so.
We shouldn't even be entertaining this until we get more traction.
Yeah, I mean,
sure. I'm just saying, dog. He's already wilding out right now, and I think it, no, to your point, you were right, and I think we all agree that just from what the two news stories we saw happen that we got today, if you're thinking about voting Kanye 2020 Vision 2020, we're not trying to tell you who to vote for, but just just hold on, just give it a sec, right? Just hold your vote. Because I feel like there's like we can't just ignore the fact that there's people that are like, word Kanye is running, I'm voting for him. Like there's people like that exist.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper
he endorsed him.
They tore him up on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then
Chance is a great guy.
Terry Crews was like, I support Chance for supporting Kanye, and then Chance was like, you know what, this is a bad idea. You know what, I'm going back down the hill.
First off, why can't Terry Crews just say I support Kanye for running, not say I support Chance who supports Kanye? So he's not saying he supports Kanye, he supports Chance for supporting Kanye. Terry Crews, what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, no, he's going through right now.
He's
not making the smartest decisions at this time.
Yo, real rap, man. I don't know, man. It's not looking like a good year for bald niggas, bro. It's not our year. I mean, I'm not bald, but I'm saying in due time. I hope that's not my future. Being all confused like Terry Crews. Oh man. But here we go. All right, yeah. Now I found something, but basically I think we pretty much covered all it is right now. We'll definitely I'll cover more on basically him getting on the Oklahoma ballot once more news of that comes and just actually see if it's legit. Because the news came out today and there's not even that much articles about it, even covering that. So more to come. Kanye, we'll hear something. It's Kanye. We're going to hear something from him. But, just to even Pick up the pace here. Let's hit on some gaming real quick. Couple announcements just to knock off. Halo 3 was recently announced to drop for the Master Chief Collection on PC. So that means Halo 3 Online is coming.
Yeah, it's out now.
Is it out now? Like out now?
Yeah, it's out now on PC. It's been out on Xbox, but it's out now on PC.
Out now on PC, yes, right? Yeah, it's out now on PC. Damn, that's my favorite online out of the collection that I know well. That I spent the most time with was Halo 3. After Halo 3 is Halo 2.
Yeah, mine went Halo. Yeah, I played a little bit of Halo 2. I mean, obviously, like
I play in-house.
I think I got my most amount of hate messages in Halo 3 though.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
It reminds me of just simpler times, man. Like I was watching Native play the other day, and like everybody had like their old Xbox gamer tag names and stuff like that. I'm like, man, this is back when like racism was just being called an N-word by like a 12-year-old kid.
Simpler times.
Those are some toxic fucking party chats, bro. I
can't, bro. Especially when they be getting hella mad when someone on the other team has a sniper rifle and they just literally covering. I'm trying to remember what map it was. I might even just find it. They were just literally what is it? You know that industrial warehouse map? The name is slipping. With the air hover, the air boosters that like you take it to jump to the top to either get the sniper rifle, or there's a brute. I'm trying to think. There's one side of the map. There's a sniper rifle. You take like the air boost jump to get to.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't remember none of those maps.
I don't remember.
But hold on, I'm about to get the name for y'all. The Pit. Fuck it. All right, we're sharing this camera again. I'm out here being Cher McGee.
Well, one thing I will say while you are doing that is one thing that I did notice though is very much like Melee Online. Very much like Melee Online right now, Halo 3 Online is sweaty. And it's still sweaty.
No, that's the thing. There were sweaty ass niggas on Halo 3, bro. I played a lot of Halo 3. I think Halo 3 is the best Halo I'm at. And I will say like, yo, I can hold my own. I can't back in the day. I don't know, like now, this is it's been years, but Halo 3 was the sweatiest Halo I ever played.
It's still sweaty.
Yeah,
it's still sweaty. And that's why that actually gives me joy because I know it's the same. It's the same 12-year-olds who are now like 22 because like with this game came out like I'm trying to say they're probably they're probably getting close to their over 18 plus getting to their 20s. Like the same 12-year-olds that are probably gonna still call you a nigga. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think like, they legit still the new age 12-year-olds that'll still call you nigger on PSN. I mean, not PSN, Xbox Live. But no, that's the Pit. I remember. See, that's where the turret is, and then over here, I'm trying to think if the sniper is on this side or it might be the other. But yeah, you take like the hover jet to basically get up there and catch it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying I got a lot of like Last Resort was my map. This was my map right here.
Yeah, it used to be Zanzibar in Halo 2.
Yeah, they changed the name of it, did it? That's crazy.
They tweaked it a bit.
This was my map.
This was the map on Halo 2.
It's still the map on 3. Come on the beach, get the sniper, hit those stairs, take a peek right here, and then you're like, all right, where niggas at? Or you come up here, I think it's on here, there's like another, either the sniper's here, rocket launcher, there's like a back ruins over there. I'm telling y'all, Halo 3, bro. I'm for it. I'm for the action. I think though, I probably might need either invest in a slightly better PC. I think I can run it. I don't know. That's my only issue is knowing if I can run it.
You should be able to run it. It's just
run it well. Will I run it well? That's the question.
That online multiplayer, you're gonna squad up.
True. I'm for the heat though. But so that's out now. Halo 3, online on PC, part of the Master Chief Collection. Check it out if you haven't, and if you care about your boy like that, maybe even slide me a copy. All right, so Paper Mario leaks. This was kind of surprising because this came out of nowhere.
Really
I know
quick.
you want to dive into this.
Lou, really quick. Death Stranding also released on PC this week.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
it did. And the mods, people are saying the mods are honestly looking forward to the mods, what the mods are going to do with the game.
Yeah, my bad. I had to sneak that in real quick.
No. That's a good call right there. I almost forgot. So yeah, Death Stranding is also now out on PC because just the other day, actually, part of the Summerfest games, Kojima and one of the other directors that works on the game with him, he was actually they interviewed him for Death Stranding on PC as well. So good catch on that. But as we were saying, to bring it back, Paper Mario Origami King was leaked. Supposedly the full game was leaked. I didn't know it was the full game. I thought it was just like screenshots, and just the game itself was leaked. And it's apparently going to be coming out. Was it tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
That's crazy. And from what I peeped, I think there's even people streaming the game today. I think Armada had it up earlier this morning. I didn't get to tune into the stream because I don't know Paper Mario like that. I really don't. It's just like, for some reason, it has like a cult following, like a strong cult following of people that like ride or die for Paper Mario.
Yeah, dude. Laura's one of them. So she's about to.
Really?
She's about to cop. Yeah.
She's about to cop.
She about to cop.
She about to cop. Oh,
she looked at me because you're like Origami King, huh?
Yo, you see, then all right, then we need to hear what she thinks. We need to hear her review of the game.
Yeah, right.
Because some people were going nuts about it, like, you know, because you already know people have been wanting Paper Mario and Smash and whatnot, but apparently the Paper Mario RPG games are next level. Like, they really are. People, they say they're super slept on. One of Nintendo's hidden gems.
Well, it's because it's like there's only like 2 Mario RPGs. It's like Paper Mario, or there's Mario and Luigi. And Mario Luigi was like on handhelds, so the only console Mario RPG you would get is Paper Mario. So Paper Mario sometimes was just a platformer, sometimes it was an RPG. So like, it got a little messy at sometimes, but you know.
I'm just surprised that out of all the different titles, like different areas or titles that Mario has, from sports to this variation of Mario games, in my mind, I'm like, RPG. I don't know. For me, I feel like that's a dub in terms of like, I'm like, I don't think that would be good in my mind. I'm like, Mario RPG. I'm like, how does that will work? But people, like, you know, like you said, like to the Paper Mario one, people love that shit. What was it called? I think I get it wrong. Was it 1,000-Year-Old Door or some shit?
1,000-Year Door.
1,000-Year Door, yeah. Don't crucify me if you're a Paper Mario fan. I'm just, I'm part of the ignorant masses, so relax.
But we did have Super Mario RPG, so I'm just saying.
I haven't peeped that either. That's what I'm saying. In my mind, I just don't. It doesn't register like a Mario RPG would be a good game, but I have to.
It's just one of the most liked Mario games out there. I think.
Fact? No, see, Pete. That's what baffles me.
Yeah.
Pete, I'm perplexed.
I liked Mario and Luigi when I played it. I felt like the writing was really funny too and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you had 2 people to play off of. That's why I really liked it. And also, I was a big Luigi fan growing up, so it just.
Man, that house, man, I'm with you.
Man, just I liked
the writing on the RPG
because they have my boy Gino. That's all that mattered.
And I think that's where it is too. And then Gino, like, this man's character his name has been carried throughout the years, and he was only in one game. Like, see, this is why I don't understand. Like, I feel like this is why I look at Paper Mario or the Mario RPG games as a cult following. Like, people, it doesn't make sense to me. And then the reason why I'm like, this game can't be that good, and Nintendo is like, if they're like about like dropping more copies,
just give me the
dropping
remake.
more of the game.
Just give me the remake, Mario RPG, the remake for Switch. I'd fucking drop all the money.
I'm just saying, for every version of Mario game we have, and people rave about this game, Nintendo has taken their time on releasing other games in that title. That's just me. That's how I see it, or how I see it on the outside looking in. But
Mhm.
like I said, or like we just what we just confirmed, Paper Mario Origami King looks like it's coming out in 2 days, end of the week. Yeah, look it out, look for it, pick up a copy, let us know how you like it.
Mhm.
And let's this is the last, I say this is the last divings for gaming, which is a good one, let's get into it because I feel like we're gonna have to rush it a little bit. But Far Cry 6, um, last episode we mentioned really quick about basically the teaser leak, which was fire. And not too long after that leak from Hong
Mhm.
Kong, the Hong Kong PSN, basically the trailer came out like the next day. A nice 4-minute trailer with Giancarlo Esposito pulling up into the cut and just,
Yeah,
pulling
one of
out
the
his
most
Gus
famous.
Fring, the Gus Fring that everybody everybody loves, but in Far Cry, into the Far Cry 6 trailer. And I think it's just like we said, it's well, how do we say it, Rico? It's based off of the actual, it's fake, but it's based off it's an imaginary Spanish country. Like, I
Yeah,
forget what was the word we said, what we used for it, the
it's like
term.
a reimagine, like a.
Mhm.
It's based on an actual location, but it's like a fictional area.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
fictional recreation of basically of I can't it's hard to say what country, and I don't want to just be like
Yeah,
generalizing
I
and
don't.
just
I
say
don't know.
something.
I mean, it can take place in a lot of places because like the whole thing is like that a lot of the imagery you get was like fascism,
Right.
which has plagued a whole bunch of like
Like
I would
some.
say Central American and South American countries. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm.
it kind of strikes
But
me Cuba a bit, but
it reminds me of like a lot of
South
things
America
happening in like
does
Cuba.
sound up
Yeah.
the just sound kind of like where the vibes. Yeah, and you know what, South America does probably seem closer to what is related to. But what we want to get into, I'm not sure if you peeped the trailer, Pete. If
It's
not,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. It's actually based off it's inspired of Cuba, right? So it's because it's a Caribbean island. It's I believe it's called Yara
yeah.
is the location of what it is, but it's supposed to be very very heavily like well, it's very very heavily, but it's supposed to be inspired by Cuba, right?
Hmm.
And it's was it I think they're saying that Far Cry that it's like this Far Cry is described as like the largest Far Cry playground to date, which is kind of huge. Um, and I think they're also talking about how like its location and how it looks like it's very very tropical too, which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's in the
My thing,
Caribbean.
yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
to interrupt. It's in the
yeah,
Caribbean, so yeah, I think it's largely based off Cuba and stuff.
hmm I believe that's actually there's a quote from one of the developers that said it is based off inspired of Cuba.
That's
But
dope. Actually, give Cuba. Also, I think if as long as they, because the way the game looks, I did see like the way the tropical, the colors, like the vibrant colors, um,
bro,
which does beg to for people who told me, who I spoke to, who have visited Cuba, that
yeah,
is actually a very, very beautiful country. But its country is just plagued with political turmoil.
mm,
Well, I have
that,
an interesting question, right? And I want to defer this to our Goya correspondent. Um,
Actually, yes, Pete,
shoot,
you're perfect for this.
so
Sorry,
right,
Pete, we're gonna use you.
um,
mm,
there's been recent controversy about this because Giancarlo is actually
Young
black
Carlo.
and Italian, and they're
You're
upset because they want a Hispanic person to voice act a Hispanic person. Um, Now I know that you're throwing your Goya away and stuff. Are you gonna defer buying
away.
FarCry because this guy who's played Spanish characters his whole career isn't
yeah.
Spanish? Like,
His whole career, besides Gus.
No, he's played other ones, yeah. Um, in throughout like his career and shit.
I'm looking
Um,
some things up right now. Do the right. He was in Do the Right Thing. Oh shoot.
he was in Do the Right Thing, yeah. And I think that the big thing too is that he was born in like with Denmark, but he's technically American. And yeah, he's obviously American Italian, and yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a large part of me that's obviously like, you know, get someone that does represent us, right? Because
Love
obviously,
how
like,
they
but I think a lot of
bulldog
it too is that he
Italian,
respects the culture
but
too.
then bulldog
Um,
American.
a large like a large part of his acting is that he does respect playing someone of like Latin descent, which I respect a lot. And I loved him doing Gustavo Fring, so
Bro,
I love him as Gus.
I don't care
But
that he's not Spanish though.
I don't I don't really either, because I think a part of it has to be with the fact that a part of me thought he was Spanish until like recent. It was until recent when they started talking about him playing someone who is, who is Latin in a game that's based off the Caribbeans.
Well, so here's the funny thing, right? Is like
Hmm.
here's another thing about history kind of ties into the whole
Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna. I think I know where you're going with this one, but go
Caribbean
ahead.
people. The Caribbean islands were inhabited by black people.
yeah,
What's
100.
now
Yeah,
Spanish is that white people came in and did their did their savage ways
In their old colonization.
yeah,
of these people. So these
yeah.
countries were black. This is why Afro Latino is a thing, because like there's
Mm,
the Latinos that exhibit more traits of like African traits than anything.
yeah,
So it's
because of
not
the
like
this.
him being black and
Mm,
Italian by historical means. He pretty much Spanish except for not being born in the region.
yeah, and
He
I
looks
think
Spanish. He
I,
speaks it extremely well.
yeah,
Like the only reason why you would not consider him Spanish is because he told you he's not.
yeah,
If
and
his
Mhm.
Wikipedia
I
didn't say
think
anything about his race, you would assume he's Spanish.
He
yeah, and I
learned
think that's
Spanish
a big
from
part of
Rosetta
it.
Stone. He commented in an
Yeah,
interview back in the day for Breaking Bad.
yeah, and
Um,
I think a big part of it too is that with um just who he is, as an actor, I appreciate it. I know a lot of people who are like hella anti that, right? Like, oh, it should be someone who's Latin to do a Latin part, and that's
I
how it's
respect
supposed to
that.
be, right?
I do.
And
I do
because
respect that.
because we need representation. And agreed, agreed. But I think a big part of it too is that I do enjoy his acting, and I do enjoy it. It's also a fictional place too, so I'm not. It's Caribbean, correct? But also there's Caribbean spots that are that did have large influences of not only colonization of one place, but multiple places, and from there had slavery like brought through them. So obviously you have like the Afro that is created inside the Caribbean, right? So, but it's also like influenced by like the Caribbean that is there too. You know what I mean? So it's like multiple places. So when you think of like, for instance, like DR or like Hispaniola, which is also Haiti, right? They had
Hmm.
they had the influence of not only just like slavery from there, but also the colonization of them. Destroying the indigenous people that are there as well, and changes the format of like literally an island of people who are there. And I think that's some of the commentary that we're gonna get from like Far Cry 6 too, is like they're Caribbean. They never said like straight up, this is like the base root of like Hispanics or shit. Like it's a fictional place, so that's why I don't really care if they have like someone who's like Giancarlo. But if it was like, oh, this is like like a dystopian Puerto Rico, then I'm like, well, they have to be like Latin or some shit, right? Or
Yeah,
else
it's like I
right?
think Puerto Rican, like or
Yeah,
My
yeah,
thing is
yeah,
this, right? Like, so it might not be the exact like race that you want, but having the representation of a person of color is like enough for me. It's not like
yeah.
how they
I mean,
whitewash.
same.
It's not like they
Yeah.
whitewashed it, like the mummy and stuff like that, where all of a sudden these Egyptians are fucking pale skinned white people,
Hmm.
and this is supposed to be their representation of it. So it's like it's a black person. Like why? Like if there were a white guy that like a straight up like dude from South Boston that's supposed to be like this Hispanic dictator or something.
¿Cómo,
Then I
cómo
understand.
estás? Yo soy.
South Boston. I'm just reminding like the whole trailer and just swap out
Yeah. Fucking
just somebody from
kid,
South Boston.
fucking kid. Put the car away. I put the car
Hey
away.
kid, here, hold
Kid,
this grenade.
hold this fucking
Hold
grenade
this
for me,
fucking
kid.
grenade. All
I
right,
mean, as somebody that
don't
is
let go.
black and
Just hold
Spanish,
the pin.
like which is pretty much straight up black, like I don't
Kid.
care.
I mean Italian. All right,
Like,
Italian. Don't.
I'm excited that he's doing it. I think he's a great actor, and as far as the
I mean, I agree too.
this is dope. Like I don't care that he's not Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, like we're worst thing. There's better things to be mad at in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just people complain about everything, and these are people that are not even gonna buy the game. Had no intention from the start.
Yeah.
Nobody's
I
going
think,
back and boycotting Breaking Bad now, are they? No.
yeah. I
Keep
mean, and yet again, he did a great job there. So the thing is that he respects the role and does
Right.
like research of like the role that he does, and or like commits towards that. And there's obviously a lot of like touch and go when it comes to the things that he's doing. And I think a part of it is just like his method of ways of like and doing what he's going to do, especially in like this game. And I have faith that he will represent whatever he's supposed to represent correctly, especially by the trailer. It was super dope, like and he's an amazing actor. And this is, I think, um, I'm actually not quite sure how many voice acting things that he's done, um, but I believe this is like one of his first,
you know
which
what
is
I
pretty
really
cool. I know
want?
he was in Jungle Book too, but that's like something else.
You know what I want to see, honestly, to see
Mm.
if we keep the same energy. The next time an anime gets dubbed and there's all these Asian people running around and all these white voice actors are doing it, I want to see them complain about needing representation. Then we're not going to get that. We're
Mm-hmm.
not
No, you're.
boycotting new animes or other games where it's just like, okay, well, this is clearly not a white person. So where are the Asian people acting as them? Like, we're not. No, they're not doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
EAD
Bro, like we ain't even.
buying FarCry 6. I'm keep calling it a day.
Dog, I'll just keep bringing up fucking. What was it? What's the movie? Gods of Egypt. What was that movie
Yeah.
with Gerard Butler? Bro, I will forever. I'm like, I
Didn't we watch
legit
that
just straight
together?
face like.
Didn't we watch that together and be like, why? Why? If we watched it, I think with fucking with Zion.
No,
We
we
were like,
did cut. We caught the end of it. I remember.
yeah,
No, no,
we
no, no,
got
no. We
the
caught
other.
the end of it. Oh my god, yo, Liam Leeson. Yo,
Yeah,
stop. Who is he? Horace? Stop. Who? Oh
yeah.
my
I
god.
was like, what is
Oh
this?
my god. I don't even want to pull it up.
Yeah,
No,
and Nick Cannon
no,
tell
I'm
you
not
the
pulling
truth,
it
and he
up.
get in trouble.
Fuck that, bro.
He's
Fuck
like, yeah, yeah.
that.
I remember seeing it. And I'm like, yeah, uh, that's just bad. I was enlightened to a lot of. I just was enlightened to a lot of shit this week too, which is like a whole nother thing too. Um,
Nigga.
but like obviously, that has to do with like whitewashing and shit. Like, because Gerard Butler was set, I believe. He had like fucking literally like the majority of like the cast was white except for Chadwick Boseman, who's Thoth, who like the one
Oh, he
who's
was
thinking.
Thoth? I didn't even see
Yeah,
him in that clip. I didn't even see
yeah.
Thoth when we were watching.
Well, because technically he was like gone already.
Of course.
Yeah, at the end and shit like that, because they took his
So,
brain. They
oh
took
my
they took his
god. I'm
brain
not
and
even trying
shit
to
like
get
that.
tight.
Bro, I can't even remember like half that movie. I just remember them taking his homie's brain, and I'm like, that's symbolic somehow. Um, and
Oh, I see
and
it. I looked it up.
yeah,
Gods of Egypt. He was Thoth.
yeah, dude,
Hey, my man, Jamie Lannister was in there.
yeah, he was. And then yet again,
Yo,
like,
dog.
so, like that's the, and this brings up shit that I didn't like know. Like, I you get like privy to and shit like that. Obviously, we knew about like whitewashing and shit like that, but then like I was looking up this, and then like it had to do with like, you guys remember when like songs, like the ending songs, all had to be wrapped like with a song that literally says the script of the movie. It was like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was actually a legal thing. It's called the Hammer Act.
Wait,
And
say
like,
what?
you guys never heard about this? The Hammer Act. It was like
Nah,
when
tell me.
So the Hammer Act was like you know how like Will Smith used to rap like over like Wild Wild West literally said the entire like thing of like the movie and shit like that.
Oh yeah, we
Well,
going
yeah,
straight to.
All right, you know
yeah.
What? All right, all right,
But
all
like
right.
but like the 19 but like the, like in like I think it was like 1987 to 1994 to 19 or like 1995. It's like mid 90s. It was like every like movie that you saw had to be under like not every movie, but like majority of the movies you saw fell under like the Hammer Act. So like Adam Family Values had like a rap song at the end because it fell underneath that. Like in order to be like having a specific thing that had to do with like the association for like moving pictures, you they had to have like a rap song that literally encompassed all of the movie, literally like the script. And I didn't know about that shit until like literally 4 days ago. It fucked me up a little bit.
What?
It was, yeah, dude. There's like a good amount. It's a good amount of movies too. It's like movies within that time. There's a good amount of movies that were encompassed in the Hammer Act. But yeah, that's some other shit.
That's OD.
Yeah, dude.
The fuck? Man, I mean,
that's a different tangent for a different day.
that's different. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
How do you spell
right
hammer? Because I'm looking at a different hammer. And that's about child labor.
Oh, bro.
You're looking at the wrong hammer.
Hammer v. Dagenhart.
I thought my man was looking at the Soviet hammer. I thought you were looking at the sickle.
Regular, like Hammer Act movies. So it's like the history of movies, summarizing end credit rap. So they call them Hammer Film Productions as well.
Hammer
so
Act
like,
movies.
Yeah.
And just real quick, I'd never seen. Wow, my man. Out of all, where's the picture that had the cast?
Also, like a big thing too was like you know who's like a super big advocate for it too was Will Smith, if you think about it. Like he was a big super big guy. I think he went to Congress and talked about it as well, and we try to like before it was like appealed and like taken off as like a mandatory thing. There's like a lot of them.
That's how big I can get it. Okay, never mind Wikipedia, but I think we get the point. Damn, I just learned something new today. That is wild. Jeez, I mean,
you gotta remember, like back when I was doing shit, I'm a big movie person, so like,
yeah, I know you're a big movie person, like without a doubt. Like, yo, that's interesting though. Yeah, for those who are listening, Hamrack, look that up in case you also learned something new today, along with me. Shout out for Wallow. That's the lesson of the day. Hamrack for movies.
All right. To wrap up gaming really quick, rumors, leaks of the Super Mario 35th anniversary collection have come out. I'll go over it very briefly. There's supposed to be a direct for it soon. And then basically Mario 64 is supposed to get remade. Galaxy and Sunshine are supposed to be up-resed. And then
Mario 64 is being remade. I'm sorry, Mario 64 is being remade.
Yeah,
like an HD remake, or is it going to be like
a 2D remake?
I'm gonna swing on you. I'm gonna swing on you. I'm swinging on you. Swinging on you right after, just through the camera. Like I'm swinging on you.
But the big thing they were saying is that Super Mario 3D World is supposed to get like more content and stuff like that. So it might be like a 3D World Deluxe, where the other ones are like, up-resing and stuff like that, which in part is fine. Like I'm kind of good on 64 at this point, but Galaxy 1 and 2 are amazing games, and I never got to finish 3D World. So for me, the price of admission might be worth it already.
Excuse me.
Especially, with also the Lego kits. Like they came out with that like NES Lego kit, which looks crazy. I'm not gonna buy it, but it looks crazy. you build like a whole NES with controller and TV.
Wait, what? Out of Legos?
Yeah.
Wait, they send you a Lego kit along with this bundle?
No, there's a Lego kit that they have by itself. So they had all these other Super Mario Lego kits, and they came out with this like Super Nintendo Lego kit. It's kind of crazy.
Ooh, that sounds kind of fire though to put together.
I'll see if I can get a picture really quick.
I know I'm not the one to also do that for Legos. I feel like I'll get it, make it, and then that shit's gonna knock over and break back into a million pieces. And yeah, I ain't about that life, big dog. That is crazy. That's a lot of Mario. Ooh, the TV. I like the Lego TV is kind of hard. Wow, that's tough.
Even the game cartridge is Lego.
That's tough.
August 1st. That's the box.
All right, no, that's hard. That's hard. I can't front.
That price point's hard too, though. That's what
the fuck. Does it actually play? Like, does that? If I put it together, can I play?
Stuff, you know.
No, stop. Don't be telling me crank a.
Look, it even got the.
Look at that bag.
Yo, look at the back. They did not. Yo, they wasted no details. But like for that price, though, I should be able to play. No.
Ties into their other sets too. That's from like another set.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, bro. Look at that Lego cartridge.
Made out of Legos. NES. Made out of Legos.
Hard, but I'm Gucci.
Yeah, so that was just a quick Mario update. I mean, we'll get some more news hopefully soon about that kind of stuff. So
I'm sure we will. 35 years? Yeah, damn. I'm surprised they didn't even try to save Paper Mario for that launch then. For around that.
Well, because they're trying to space out all this stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like all at once. That makes way more sense.
But the so Paper Mario, of course, is tomorrow. That Lego set specifically is like August 1st, and then I don't know when this 35th anniversary collection is supposed to drop. But if that's what's on the ballot, then like with some like extras, that'd be dope. If they like messed around and slid in like 3D Land or something, like up-res 3D Land from the 3DS, it's worth it. Because I'm playing that game for like the third time. Like trying to 100% that for the third time. So like that game is fire. 3D World, I felt like they tried to do too much, which is why I didn't like finish it.
For the Wii U?
Yeah, because I felt like they were trying to push the 4-player thing. It kind of doesn't feel right to play it by yourself. At least that's how it felt to me.
Because I still got. I mean, I got that. I never. I have a copy. I'm trying to think. I even opened it because it came with the Switch, but my Wii U. But even though I only played Smash on my Wii U, to date.
Sports on mine. I be boxing. All
right, dude. Damn, we gotta because I do have a copy. Then if you're trying to, so I guess gotta bust out my Wii U out of the dregs of. Whatever the hell it is.
My file and stuff. I just don't have the game anymore.
I got if you just need if anything, I just bring the copy of the game. I still got all of the games. I was gonna bring in the GameStop to put towards my Switch, and then I was like, no. Yeah, they're gonna give me like what, 50 cents? So I said, no, never mind.
No, literally 50 cents.
Yeah.
Like, what's I can do with this nigga?
What you talking about? Talking about some Nintendo Switch? Nigga, get yourself an Xbox. Get yourself some Madden, nigga. He's like, we're not playing this shit. I get 50. He's like, what? Nah, we ain't playing this shit. Nigga, get
some chest hair.
Nigga, come the next copy of Madden in the bottle of Hennessy stat. All right, started saying some real nigga shit to me. Right on purchase.
But yeah, that's it for gaming.
That is it for gaming. Oh, dang. For time, what do you want to do? I know this is a good, I think we should. I think we got.
We'll make this quick. Who you guys got? Snoop or DMX in a versus battle? This will be our last topic.
Wait, they're comparing this discography, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're having a versus battle. So, who you got?
I got Snoop.
I feel like here's what's gonna happen. I think it's Snoop just because I feel like early on, I think they're gonna go neck and neck with early discography, but Snoop made more music over time than DMX did.
You know what it is? I think.
What my dog said.
No, I honestly think Snoop wins because of variety. Like if Snoop starts losing in like the street stuff, yo, Sexual Eruption come on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My man might throw Drop It Like It's Hot out there. Like that whole album where he did that had Drop It Like It's Hot and the other ones like where he worked with Neptunes, bro. That's a couple points right there, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I gotta have niggas like
he had variety for days.
I might have to peep just to do the quick.
It's right. That's heated right before he was going to like Snoop Lion. I remember that.
Bro, he got a couple hits with Charlie Wilson he could pull out.
Yeah,
that's crazy. He does have Snoop Lion hits too. Oh, he has songs he dropped under Snoop Lion. That's that cheap. Can he pull out alter egos like that just on DMX? Which is DMX. He was just the dog.
What DMX can do though, he can pull out some posse cuts though. He can pull out the whole Rough Riders discography. He can pull out his joint. He can.
You better call assists.
I don't think he himself though can like fucking straight up. Like the 1v1, I think the 1v1 gangster is like close. I think we said like he may take an edge and like gangster shit, but like when it comes to like the full discography, I go with Snoop.
Yeah, Snoop is just more extensive.
It depends on what songs he plays. When my man plays, "What these bitches want from a nigga," like instant point.
Like you said, he could bust out Rough Riders.
When he starts like random chicks, instant point.
If he was
Letitia,
if my man's on his like straight up getting you for us, and you could call like Eve, like call like Fat Joe. Let's call niggas just to get just like getting you would like from the Rough Riders. Like
DMX is on at least one or two classic posse cuts, so he might be able to pull those out. He got a couple though. Like Get It on the Floor come on, Party Up comes on, he can get a point.
It's just Snoop was just making more music for years after DMX.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think the thing is like also Snoop hasn't like stopped.
Yeah, I think that's. I feel like that's so. I feel like they should have made it. Like I feel like early on, when the discography match, they could go neck for neck. I feel like they should have switched it up because I feel like they kind of put DMX in a hole.
I don't know. Just gut reaction too. I think gut reaction too is like Snoop for me was a bigger influence for me like young. I mean, because yet again, 90s and shit like that, and like him and Dre were like just doing their damnedest. You know what I mean? But like, I guess that's. Like,
and his flow was not like any other. Like people didn't have Snoop's flow like back in that day. Snoop's flow was like
2, 3 into the 4, and then I was, just that shit right there. Just I was like, ooh.
I was like, oh, I know you're like.
Nah, but you know what the thing is though, what might work against Snoop because Snoop's discography is so big. Unless he comes in with a plan, he may not get all the songs that would definitely get him a point. Or DMX is just like, oh, I know I need to go with this. I know I need to go with this one. Like Snoop has too many options.
It's the change up.
Too many options being your downfall.
Bro, Snoop's in a position when you ask your girl, what do you want to eat?
No.
He's like, does not compute.
Man, he's just shuffling through all his CDs. He bought his physical CDs.
He has a game plan. It's a different story. But if he's like trying to counter pick him and stuff like that, might be tough.
Yeah, Snoop does his homework. I feel like Snoop's ready though. I feel like Snoop won't. I don't think you got Snoop sleeping like that. I don't think you got Snoop sleeping like that. Not like either or. No, not DMX either. But that's why I'm saying like it's just length of Snoop's discography is gonna bite DMX like in that matchup.
Yeah, dude.
DMX got some hits though. Like he doesn't have the variety, but he got some hits.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he was like early 2000s. I think that was his reign. Was it early 2000s, like the noughties?
He just
My dogs, my dogs. I mean, he rapped. You know, he had like a huge song with fucking. What was the fucking movie with Jet Li?
Oh gosh, Cradle to the
Romeo
Grave.
Must Die. Is it
Romeo
Romeo Must Die?
I think
Some
no,
shit like that.
no, that was Aaliyah that was in that.
That was Lee in it. Yeah, I'm saying yeah, but he didn't do like the theme song.
Yeah, it was Cradle to the Grave.
Cradle to the Grave.
Clips had a fire song on that one too. On that.
DMX's energy is
That
like
03?
unmatched though.
Yeah, it was 03. Oh, dude.
DMX's energy is like it's weird because they're on two different spectrums. Like Snoop is mad chill. Like Snoop doesn't like DMX is like, and he like feeds you energy. He like force feeds you his energy when you listen to his music. Like if you weren't hype, well, guess what? You better have like you better bring the dog out of you now. Like that's what happens when you put on. I literally have to avoid DMX music because I was like, I can't be in this type of mood right now. It's like it is not like it's not optimal for what I'm trying to do. Like, I can't turn into the dog.
A couple niggas get stomped out during that versus battle.
Yeah, dude.
Tim should not be allowed to be worn.
Not for nothing. I got.
Leave your Tims at the door. That's all I'm saying. You can't walk in that versus battle with Tims on. DMX is walking in.
You got to rep. You definitely got to wear your.
Nah, you got to walk in. You got to check your Tims in. You got to check your Tims in.
You got to have your Rottweiler on a chain leash.
No, he's getting checked in too. I'm like, man, your Rottweiler.
With the fatigues. DMX.
Your Pitbull, your Rottweiler, all that got to get
all
checked.
That energy.
Like coat check before niggas.
No, he's like, don't
just the beater and fatigues, bro.
I mean, you gotta walk into your own crib with the toolie on you and tell your significant other, don't even pat me down. Don't pat me down.
All I'm saying is X better have a tank top. If X doesn't have a tank top on, he wasn't ready to go to war.
That's what I'm saying. Like he have a beater with the fatigues and the Tims. I'm telling you, bro.
Yo, if you have the fatigue bandana, DMX is definitely winning.
You gotta have the jabos. You gotta finish the set. He has to have the jabos.
You need to get the fatigue pants and the jabos, the baggy jabos that you still have.
He needs to come for war. That's what I'm trying to tell you. DMX, if he's not wearing a tank, the bows and some
with a
Tims,
black smile on your ear,
he better come for war.
I'm telling you, man. I think DMX could pull it off depending on what Snoop plays, but again, Snoop just has a bigger discography, better variety. I feel like.
Either way, I think it's a dope match. It's gonna be dope.
Plays from that album he did with Pharrell is cheating. Like the Charlie Wilson Jones, the Drop It Like It's Hot. Like he got a couple of those that were just like cheating.
Straight hacks.
I just want you to know.
That come out point.
Point. Snoop.
Snoop.
Yeah, they're about to be like 40 love. Like they're about to give this man straight up. Snoop's about to be. He's about to be batting them away.
Who's that? Snoop.
Point. Snoop. No. 40 love. As soon as he say it, if I hear them tennis scores, bro, I'm cooked.
Point.
Snoop out there just lobbing them at DMX if he's just. But then he can't also use his secret weapons off rip.
That album was the fucking force, bro. I gotta look back at that shit, dude.
We do a very quick thing. Oh, he might Rough Riders anthem. X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you.
But
yo, I'm watching. It doesn't matter either way. I'm watching. I gotta peep. You gotta hit me up for that. I gotta peep.
Hold on, bro. I'm trying to see the singles. Other than that, I'd have to go through that and find that. It's crazy.
Yo, bro, I gotta say this too though. Just
also
what?
Who we be?
Look at. Let's see. All right, guys. For those watching, this is a very rare moment where Tax has the kid in the candy store, kid in the toy store look on his face, yo.
Bro.
I'm telling you, Tax loves him some DMX, yo. If y'all don't know, Tax.
It's gonna be an interesting battle, man.
It'd be good to see him too, because I know, DMX. I think it was a while back we talked about it in on a podcast in another timeline. When he got out. I was glad to see him. I hope I want to see him on Verzuz. Hope the man's doing good.
Get it on the floor. Yo, hold on, man.
But
my man,
Snoop, he might be giving out the pause if he's Snoop lying. He's gonna give out the hands or pause. His discography is OD.
Dude, it's fucking hot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Bro, we're gonna see how this goes. I want to hear this because I just want to see what Snoop's going. I want to see how DMX approaches this because Snoop.
I know. I want to see what his opening, like what he's gonna open with. Like that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
he's gonna come out swinging, or he's like
their opening ones are going to show you how it's going to go.
He's like nigga, this is chess, not checkers. I want to see that energy.
They're all playing hits. Nobody's playing their B sides.
I want to see that, dog. I want to see some neutral. I want to see some footsies. I want to see some whiff punishing, dog. I want to see wake up DPs.
I just want some gin and juice. It's fun. I'm thirsty now. Sipping on gin and juice. Lay back.
What these bitches want from a nigga?
You gotta have this battle for them right now.
My money on my mind, bro. Let's go.
I'm telling you, bro. We'll see. I forget. I think it's this weekend.
Is it?
I think it is.
Oh, you better.
Is it? I gotta take a look. I gotta pee.
I'm just saying, bro.
I don't want to miss it. It's my mom's birthday too, so I can't really.
Oh, next week.
Okay.
That's Wednesday.
Shit, I'm gonna have to tell my mom to put her birthday on hold so I can see.
He's like, yo, mama.
Mom,
you might have your birthday next week. Like, say what? Oh, it's just Snoop and DMX. They're gonna
DMX. This is literally like half my personality trait. I don't understand.
Like, this is once in a lifetime, Mom. Like,
listen, where my dogs at?
It's like, Mom, my dogs.
Oh, my dogs.
Oh, my dogs.
Next Wednesday at 7:00. We in there.
We gotta cover that too. Let's peek that and we'll cover, give our thoughts about what the outcome was.
Mm-hmm. I forgot.
Give the play-by-play.
Yeah, get the play-by-play. I really think this is gonna be an entertaining one, especially for us. We grew up on that music, so like a lot of their music. So I think this is definitely one for us.
Bro, DMX can play Money Cash Hoes.
Rico's about to analyze this whole matchup from before that. It's crazy,
bro. You guys should do the play-by-play and just do it just like Wimbledon, just in there. And Snoop's up real quick. He's gonna let's go ahead and pull out a gin and juice. Gin and juice is what he pulls out. Very classic. Yet again, you're laid back with your money on your mind. And then DMX here with Money Cash Hose. Very strong.
He returns and responds to gin and juice.
Bro, don't pat me down.
Oh, and just like that, he pulls out X, go and give it to them. Okay.
Bro, I don't care if I'm in
the we got a match, folks. We are here to play.
I'm gonna be straight up timmed up in my room, chilling, listening to that. Don't come in my room, don't pat me down. If it smells like weed, it is what it is.
It is what it is. He's like, let the dog in. This man's about to get the Rottweiler. It's like, if anything, let the Rottweiler in. That's it. Close the door behind you.
I only remember being like ever chill listening to DMX.
That's what I'm telling you. You can't be chill listening.
He has maybe like 2 chill songs in his whole discography, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know what DMX reminds me of? The time of like where deep voices reign supreme in like rap or like hip hop, because it was like 2 prominent voices in my head during like the early '90s, and that's like DMX and Ja Rule.
Literally rivalry. They were literally fighting for that voice, like
that voice, dude.
That voice, yo, in
Mm-hmm.
that rap.
The
And
only
that's
thing is,
what
Ja
happened.
Rule had like fucking R&B hits though, fucking like Mary J. Blige and like J Lo.
And Ashanti, yo, no, Ja
Yeah,
Rule
right.
was.
Oh nah, Ja Rule is the king of that. That's a whole different subject.
Don't even. I know. Let's not even go there. That's when 50 might come out. You gotta talk about Ja Rule. Don't let. I'm not trying to give any ammo to 50.
This nigga's fool.
just
This
buy
nigga.
just buy an entire stadium just to prove a point.
This is a proof of point. God damn. Talk about this nigga singing at house parties now. I'm like, come on, 50. Come on, fifth. Leave him alone.
Apparently, Logic is doing his last album.
This is gonna be his last album?
Who, Logic?
Yeah, apparently.
Well,
July
good.
24th.
What? It's next week.
Bro, his last project I can't even talk about.
Next Friday. Yeah, his last project was
Executive produced by No ID.
Bro.
Wait. Say what again? No
Executive
features?
produced by No ID.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that? I feel like that's like that's the person that honestly be on his projects. Like, is that his go-to?
Yeah, well, nah, that's not his go-to, but No ID is a well-respected producer and stuff like that. Like Jay, Drake, a lot of the greats went to him. I think Jay helped like push him into the spotlight. But excuse me.
Screw me.
Oh, it's called No Pressure, right? Produced by No ID. That's what, July 24th?
Yeah.
Wait, no pressure? So he goes from under pressure to no pressure? Done? Yeah. Oh, shit. This really might actually be the last album. Because he said he was going to drop like 3 more or something after his last project. So this is...
Bro, it was... His last shits have been really just bad. Just really hard to listen to. Like, they just weren't good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last one, which was like more boom bap-ish, I guess. I listened to it once and never went back.
it was the song was the song with Ghostface Killer and basically like the Wu-Tang track.
I think he doesn't make music. I don't think he makes music for me anymore.
Right. I think his sound changed. I think he's just
no, I just felt like he once he went into this like Bobby Tarantino and then other Logic that he took what made him and split it into 2 and then radicalized it. Yeah. And now it's just like, nah, you were better off that happy medium, I felt.
Was the last one where he was the Confessions of a Dangerous Mind?
Yeah.
That was the one I didn't really like. Was it that or Supermarket that had the book that was behind it?
Supermarket had the book. I didn't even listen to that.
It's trash. Don't do it. Sorry, I hate to be that person, especially if
hold on. What was
that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I really enjoyed. I'm going to pull this up now. Everybody.
We definitely just hit this fucking tangent.
Yeah, I'm just waiting here to I know I'm just waiting for Tax here. He's looking hard at this. He's trying to make some hard decisions. Like, well, will Logic deliver on his last album, or will it fall short?
Yeah, I don't know. But what I will say,
his first and second album, I think, were his best bodies. Under Pressure, and then damn it, The Story,
Incredible.
The Greatest. Yeah,
that was a good one. I liked Everybody too, but then from there,
for me, his first 2 are my favorite. I like his first 2 is what his first album was just got me hip, and his second one sold me into thinking I'm like, yo, he's gonna consistently come out with good. I'm like, yo, his projects will be good. I think yo, he's gonna come out with dope projects, and then some singles. I feel like bodies of work. I feel like he'll have a single or 2 that'll be dope. and then it's
Yeah,
just when
he
you
has
listen to the whole body of work, and then he loses me. Like,
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
you're okay with certain standouts, and then once you listen to the entire body, it's just like
yeah.
not the Triz Nash.
Yeah, yeah, because like you said, like I think he did stray away from what made him what got him the attention from when he dropped Under Pressure, when he kind of broke out. But I guess Bobby Tarantino, he did some experimenting, and yeah, I mean this is the logic we have.
Listen, my man gave up on trying to be accepted by us and went to the people, went to impress more white people. My man got tired of saying I'm half black. And he just started saying I'm half white. And started selling.
Oh.
You're wild for
that. You said he went in the wrong direction, bro.
He said,
stop trying to pander to us saying that you're half black. Pander to
"A man
them.
is trying to say his
It's half
favorite
black,
Marvel
it's half
stage."
full, that's how you gotta look at it.
His favorite Marvel 3 stage went from Shadowland to Bond Wonderland. Literally what's behind me now. I had Shadowland, but I blended too much in the back. Bars. You already know.
But yeah, I think that's good to call it.
Yeah, actually.
I'm hungry.
I'll see right now.
We've been on this shit for a while. So Rollo, appreciate you coming through.
Hey, anytime, bro. Thanks for having me.
For sure, man. This was a great episode. I actually thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah, man. We cried and
talked about
Wait,
how I'm the Goya representative of the U.S.
Goya spokesman.
As a Mexican.
Goya relations. It's like Goya relations.
Just
really quick before we go, make sure you guys follow us on social media at FloorSeats Media. Check out our new show. Our not new, but it's been running for a bit. Defend It. We just dropped a funny episode, Cloud versus Zach for Final Fantasy VII heads out there. And then next week we have a special one for all you Dragon Ball Z heads out there. So make sure you check that out, and that will end our first season. We got a hotline podcast coming on. Myself and the agent. Merch on the way, all that good stuff. So make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you follow us there too. And check out our other properties there. Zane, you got anything?
Anchor, Apple Music as well. Shout out to y'all who listened to us, to our programming from those platforms. Just so neat. Actually, no, I'll ask you something about that off here. But just to add anything on. Thank you for anyone tuning in. Appreciate y'all taking the time, checking out the episode. And once again, shout outs to Rollo for joining us on this episode, man. Good hearing from you, homie.
Yes, subtle plug. You follow me at Rollo Design on Instagram, as well as at the Chameleon Collective as well. We're out here. That's also on Instagram. So let's go, boys.
Word. And don't worry, we'll make sure we have that in the description, dog. Don't worry, big dog. We got you. Yeah. Right. Everybody eats.
I don't know about y'all niggas, but I'm hungry. This is a good place to stop. So we'll see you guys next week. We out.
Deuces.